This is David Moss with BIC Trikes. So today I'm going to make a video of us showing us installing a trike rearing kit, what all you get. And we're going to install it on this 2019 Harley-Davidson Road King. As you can see, and I'm using my GoPro to do this. So you have to forgive me if I get things in the way. It's a delay, but nevertheless. So this is the kit. You'll see that on the 2019 is a little bit different than the other Ultra Classics. I think 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And that is, you'll notice that I replace the foot pegs, I replace the foot pegs on this and then build them into the brackets because they got rid of our holes. And then on the back end here, you can see that it's our normal two that go into those over there. So we'll be showing that. And then the reason why I did this is because, as you can see, we used to have a hoe here and a hoe here, but now we've only got these. So we went ahead and took their pasture pegs off, put them in their box, and we rebuilt it. So we're going to be showing all this. We're showing how we install it, how we put it together, and all that. That way you can see firsthand if you have any questions or such. And I'm going to have to put this over here so I can see what I'm doing. So you have to forgive me. But we can see how everything's going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. The first thing I'm going to have to do is go grab all the bolts. So here is the new peg that we built. You see I put a rubber top on it. It's a little dirty, but still. And then we're going to put it right here. We've also replaced their bolts. It's a 9/16 on the top end, and it's a 1/2 inch on the bottom. And basically you just put these in like this. It's pretty simple. Okay, so now we're going to bolt it in. We'll just simply put the right one on there. That would be great. 9/16. Get that started. Half inch on the bottom one, and then bam. Bam. So that's in there. As you can see, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Always finger tight them first, of course. See what I was seeing. And that's how easy the front two are to bolt in. And the back ones go like this. I'm going to show you how I do this normally the right way. What I do is I yank the boxes off. So these are really easy to yank off so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now you can see, let me put them in right here and right there. Hopefully you can see anyway. I'm hooking that up, so I'm gonna go ahead, need my extension. So you don't have to take the bolts out the way I design it. You leave the bolts in and you just put these, slide them right in the back here. It helps to find the hole. All right. Then you put the bolt back in it. Right here. Okay. Then you just tighten it a little bit because I want to be able to move on until we get the frame completely in, and then we'll tighten them down. It's supposed to be level, and as you can see, that's not level, but you can just pretty much get it like that. It's removable, but that's fine. That's what I want. Same thing on this side. To give you an idea, so I'm going back here. So if I come across this right here, you're going to see, just want to show you that we're going to put this in just like that over that hole, and then you put the nut in the back of it. So it sits in there just like this. Hopefully I'm showing that good enough. Yep, right there, so you can see. And then we'll go ahead and just slightly tighten this down, not all the way, but just slightly. Okay, I want to be movable. All right, so we're done with that for now. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the axles on that, and then put the wheels on it, and then roll it up. So I'm gonna come back as soon as I have that all done. Okay, I also wanna show this real quick. General maintenance on these every once in a while you'll have, and you can see I got this one, it was already built, put together, but you can see it's got a little bit too much slack in it. Now I usually take care of these, but after 500 miles, you're supposed to check your hubs. If they're doing this, then you just simply take care of it like I'm gonna demonstrate right here. So it's not a big deal. You just simply take these right here, we're gonna pull this down, and then I'm gonna have to go get me some tools. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull these down this cotter pin here. And what the general case is you wanna do is you want to, since I'm showing it on film, I'm messing up a little bit, but you want to be able to pull that straight out. These things just kind of went sideways on me. What I usually do is put a small screwdriver in there and then just start pulling it out, push it back as far as it can. And you can see, I'll turn it and then I'll start pulling that out. Now you see what that cotter tube does is it prevents that from being unbolted because you don't have these actually tight. You can save that cotter pin, it's still good, but you'll notice how loose it is. See that? And how loose this is. So on these, it is a 1.5 inch socket. And what you're gonna do is it's pretty simple. I just gotta get my, you just simply tighten it, and you're gonna notice it's gonna move. Then you're gonna hit the loose, and you're gonna spin it back 1/4 of a turn. Now you notice it don't have that slack. So what you want is that open hole. So right there, see, no slack, spins freely. We don't want it too tight. So you wanna be able to make sure it spins freely, not catching, you feel it. And you don't want it too loose because you don't want it going back and forth. Now this will keep it from shimmying. The only reason why that makes a difference, on a trailer it doesn't, but on these it does, because if it's shaking, it's gonna cause your trike rear end to shake. And you don't want that, because then you're gonna feel like there's something wrong with the rear end, and it's just this is shaking. Like I said, about 500 miles, check it, and then after that, it's pretty much, you know, if you had to adjust it, you adjust it then, and you pretty much, you can check it every once in a great blue moon. And that's it. It is done, fixed. So then I'm gonna put this back on here, and then that's pretty much, I wanted to show you that. That's the maintenance on the hubs. Now it doesn't shake, doesn't move, so you're good to go. So just wanted to show you that. Okay, so here we are. We've got the pegs on, we got the rims and tires, suspension on. As you can see, they do have a suspension right here. Torch and half axles. I showed in a previous video how to adjust the hub, and this is it sitting underneath the bike. So when you get it, this is where you're gonna slide it in and be right about here. Now, all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you this, is to put it in there and line it up. And then we're just gonna start bolting it down because it's part of it. Now, I do have just to show real quick, just to hold it up for me so I can do this demonstration, just a couple bricks to hold it up in the air so it's not touching anything on the ground, powder coat, whatnot. But anyway, so you just simply take this and you go in here and you just kind of line them up. And of course, needs to be level. You can have somebody holding it level. This is not going to be perfectly level because of the mere fact that I haven't leveled the bike yet, but it's fine. I get it about where I want it. I can see. And then I'm going to come over on this side. And this is where I can see I have this side a little too high. And I'm just going to go ahead and slide up in there. Once I get that slid in there, put the bolt in there. Couple of thread, finger tight. That's all I need. I'm gonna come over here, do the same thing. Okay, so took me a second to get lined up just because, as a matter of fact, I can't see the hose with that in the way. But you can see I've got it started. So now I'll go ahead and get my 5/8. And get these knocked down, and these are 5/8. Now I don't tighten these down all the way. What I do is I get them somewhat. Loosen them off so it's still movable, because I want it to be a little bit movable for the back end. I'll get this one in. Just a little bit loose. Okay, so now I got those in. This here, you see it's not much room, so I'm gonna get my 5/8 wrench that I have. Now I use this baby right here because of that. Makes it a lot easier. You can't quite get a socket back here on some of them. So as you can see, right here is where they connect together. You'll notice it's not leveled out. It's a little high, and that's because of the mirror factor. It's just got to be pushed down a little bit, and booyah, it's going to hit it. Okay, so I've got them started, as you can see. So what I'm going to do now, got it rolled under, got the front two in, not tighten all the way, got the back two in, not tighten all the way, and then I'm going to tighten up the back and then the front, and then I'm going to tighten up these two. So don't forget those. So here we go. That's tightened down. I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. I'm gonna flip it. Okay. Okay, I got those two tightened. Now I'm gonna go to the other side and tighten these other two. We'll start off over here where my gun is. And we'll just lock it down, watch. Just bam. Come back to this side, do the same thing, put it in there, bam. So that is it tight. Now the bike is completely secured. You can see the way I'm shaking it, it's completely on. I still got to do that back end real quick, so we're gonna do that. We're just gonna take this. You don't want to forget back here, you want it to be tight to make sure it doesn't move around on you. So don't forget about these. We just had them loose, hand tight, but we want to tighten them up now. So, like I said, that's it. That's tight. Do the same thing to this side. Once it starts grabbing, it holds itself. Okay, nice and tight. So now you'll notice it's part of it. The only way it moves is it moves my actual whole thing. So that's all done. Now the only thing that we have to do is put the fenders on. Okay, we're about to put the rear fenders on. I wanted to show a couple of things. First off is I wanted to show what we use, and it's pretty simple. It's 5/16 with the coarse thread ends up being a 1/4 inch bolt for the head, or 1/2 inch bolt, sorry, 1/2 inch bolt for the head, my bad. Same thing, we use nylon locking nuts, and then of course the washers. These are what we're going to use. This is what you'll have on yours. These are this easy to pull off. And I also want to show something else because this is important. You can see how this is built. This is solid. It's an angle iron going to square tube. It goes all the way down. It's all welded solid. Literally, when you get these on, you can stand on them because they're not going to move anywhere. See that? So I wanted to show, you know, and just to say this, if you buy a shippable kit and you buy the black plastic fenders from us, you get access to a video that shows how we build these from beginning to end. So you'll be able to build them the way you need to. So I'm gonna put this on, and I've already got them marked. As you can see, this says right hand, because I had when I put them on that the first time. And then you simply put your bolts in. 2 washers behind it. 2 lock washers. Okay, my GoPro died, so I'm gonna finish this off with my camera phone. Like I said, I've already tightened them up, but you just tighten those up. Bam, bam, it's done. Now all I gotta do is put the box back on, no big deal. But this bike is done. I'm gonna have a video of this bike out too, but this is it. And it's completely solid. You can see there's nothing holding it up, and you can see how solid that is. It holds like you wouldn't believe. Runs down the road nicely, and of course these are the V-Hooks. So this is how you install your BIC Trikes on a 2019 Harley-Davidson Road King. Same process as far as sliding it under and bolting up on all of them. It's just that where the bracket's at and what kind of brackets is different. I appreciate you watching. If you like it, hit like, subscribe. We'd appreciate it. We thank you for everything you've done and all the subscribers we have. I just want to say thank you and God bless. Leave a comment. You can call me at 765-242-6651 if you have any questions or want to place an order. Thank you and God bless.